under this blue, let's have it right. Up the Chels, up the middles, let's see, let's go. Have it right, Chels FC. You got the minerals, yeah? Love it. Got the minerals, TT.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
So have it right. Up the Chels, up the Minerals FC. Hope everyone is doing good today. This is the proper Minerals and your Minerals calling show. This is where all you fans get the opportunity to come on here and actually say what you feel and think on anything that is Chels, and obviously any rival fans that want to come on are more than welcome to come on and have their say on anything, really, anything footy, but predominantly it's all about the Chels because that's what the channel is all about. Big up to everyone that's in here. If you haven't liked or subscribed, you know what it is. Please do that. All my links are in the description below, and obviously scrolling underneath the screen here. Let's have a look. Fatter, big up to you, geezer, in here. Let's have it right. Let's have it fucking right. There's a lot of things I want to get off my chest, actually. I'll be real with you. At home with COVID, big up on your channel, Johnny. Oh, Ben, mate. Wheezy, my guy. Hope you get well, mate. Sorry to hear that. And hopefully a little bit of Johnny Minerals while you're there with not feeling too good. Hopefully make you feel a little bit better, fella. Hopefully. Human kebab. That your name gets me every time, fella. Human kebab, bruv. Minerals time. Yeah. Let's have it right. Up the fucking minerals. Yeah. Yes, Johnny. Proper minerals. Up the Chels. Up the Chels, mate. Up to the Chels always. I really love your pod, bruv. You're authentic and spit the right stuff. Keep up the good work, mate. Up the Chels. Yeah, I appreciate that, Eden. I appreciate that, mate. And thanks for being in here. Thanks for supporting and subscribing. Big up Deals, big up Johnny. Yeah. Walter, nice to see you in here. Minerals FC all day long. Our designer, I always see you in here. Big up to you, mate. Walter, big up Bowley. Yeah, but Bowley's trying, guys. Bowley is trying. He's trying, mate. He's making moves, mate. Smash the likes and subscribes. That's important. Please, while you're in here now, there's 40 or 50 people in here. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button, notifications, all that jazz. And we'll get into it. I'll very shortly put the link in the chat, and don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come in here and talk to me. Yeah. So once we do that, once I put the link out, it's up to you to come in here. Johnny CL7. No, they're not, Manny. They're not. Ronaldo's not coming to Chelsea. I've told you that. I've told everyone that. He's not coming Chelsea. He'll go Bayern Munich. I did tell you lot 3-4 streams ago. If he's going anywhere, he's going Bayern Munich or PSG. And it looks like Bayern Munich is that club that he's going to go to because he's prepared to take wage cut. Twists and turns. Let's have a look. Yeah, time to drink some mineral water. Yeah, it's baking here in London. I'll tell you that now. Bo's got the minerals. Big up, Tom. Stretford, then my guy. Big up, Nuclear Minerals, Johnny. My guy. Big up, Harry Dino. How we doing? Let's have it right. Good evening, folks. Yeah. Evening all. Right. So, obviously, the breaking news is Raheem Sterling has agreed terms with Chelsea, which we knew yesterday or the day before. But it looks like Sterling's coming in. That goes without saying. And the other sign is Nathan Ake. Nathan Ake for around 45 million. I think City were holding out for the 50 million. But 45, I think, is where it's heading, maybe 40, which is what our buyback clause was back in the day before when he was at Bournemouth, before Manchester City came in and swept in and paid 50 million. So if it's a case of 40, 45 million, I think that's a great deal. Listen, I was on a space earlier. Fans are like doubting the gaffer, doubting Ake. Ake is a baller. I don't care what anyone says. I think he's a top player. He's versatile. He's a ball playing centre back. He can play on the. He's a left footer, so he's a lefty. You could probably slot him into the DM position. Very important. If we don't get a Declan Rice, for example, he could be very useful in that department. There is a lot of good things about Ake, but let's have it right. He's not our main signing. He's not our marquee centre back signing. He's the part of the squad signing, and he will play a lot of minutes. But let's have it right. He wants to come to Chelsea. He wants to play for Chelsea Football Club. That's enough for me. And more importantly, the gaffer wants him. Thomas Tuchel wants Ake. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm backing this player 100%. I'm all for the signing. I don't think it stops Akunde or Delit whatsoever. So what's everyone bitching and moaning about? What are they all moaning about? Yeah? You can't, you got to understand, yeah, that Tuchel's after Ake at Dortmund. He knows about Ake. He's versatile. Rudiger, as good as he was, because everyone's like, oh, he's not as good as Rudiger, right? Rudiger is in his prime. Rudiger before Tuchel came in was fucking up and down. He was nowhere near this level. Thomas Tuchel has come in and made him the defender that he is. And he can only play a back three. In a back four, he ain't good enough. Especially in the Premier League. He's not good enough. So we've got a player now who's versatile. He's able to play back four, back three. He can play on the left side, which is very important. And even if you get a Delit can play on the left side. So you've got options there, even though he's a right footer. If we get Delit, I don't believe these brown envelopes with Bayern Munich. I just don't believe it. Where's the money? If that's the case, Bayern Munich go and land your 80, 90 million. Let's see it. Let's see it. Put it on the table then. If he prefers Bayern Munich, he prefers whatever the offer is, and that he can get guaranteed minutes. Because at Juventus he wasn't getting guaranteed minutes, so that's part and parcel of the deal. Yeah. But for me, Ake, Premier League proven. He was Bournemouth's best player. When he got injured, they got relegated. Simple as that. He's a captain. He was their captain. He's a leader. He's Dutch. Could help us get Delit. Could help us get, if it's true, if the bangers and mash waffle is true about De Jong, then there's something there. There's something there. There's a Dutch connection there. So listen, don't doubt Ake. Just back him now. You got to back him. You got to back the gaffer. And let's have it right. Thomas Tuchel made Rudiger and Christensen the defenders that they are. He elevated them. He improved them. So he's going to do the same thing with Ake, Delit, Koundé, whoever comes in. He's going to elevate them. He's going to demand the highest level. That is all that matters. And he will get it out of Ake. And Ake wants to come to Chelsea. That is what I want. Not all this Rafinha bullshit. Yeah. Waiting for a deal at Barcelona. Waiting for that deal. Yeah. And you lot are twerking and getting all excited because you want Rafinha, because he's a player that you like. Yeah. But he's not actually wanting to come to Chelsea. Yeah. And yesterday they spun it. Oh, he's excited about the Chelsea. If he's so excited, go and sign the contract, fella. Let's have it right. Sign the contract. But he ain't doing that. So, Bowley was in Spain yesterday and probably still in Spain. He's in Barcelona. It's not just about Alonso and Azpilicueta. I think those two go without saying that they're going to go Barcelona. Barcelona want them, even though they got fucking no money. So they are relying on the De Jong deal. They need that cash injection. They need that 80, 90 million so they can go and buy for 13 million. They'll get Alonso and Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta's been sounding at 3 million euros. Alonso at 10. Maybe we can squeeze them a bit more. I doubt it. But we want them off the books and we want to start fresh. So those two players will be thrown in. What's Bowley there for, though? What's he there for? Is he genuinely there for De Jong? I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. I think it's to engineer a move. This is what I'm going to say and how I'm going to land it and the thought process behind it. Yeah. He's gone there to get those two deals done. Granted, maybe they're looking at that Dest player who I don't really know much about. I think it's the fella that couldn't even do kick ups on his initiation. He's revealing, which is shocking. But anyway, could be looking at him to bring in the other way, right? In regards to De Jong, I think what it does is it puts pressure, immense pressure on Manchester United to pay up the money because they might be scared that Chelsea Football Club are going to table a bid for De Jong. And Ten Hag, that's Ten Hag's number one target. So, what does that do? If Manchester United put down a bid and they buy De Jong, that cash injection goes to Barcelona. From Barcelona, they will go and buy Rafinha for 65 million. They can still buy Alonso and Azpilicueta for 15 million. And they're well within that De Jong money. Right? That's the way I see it going. Right? And what that does is it opens a door to Dembele, who is on a free and is not with a club no more. So you're looking at potentially an engineered move by Bowley and the gaffer to actually go and get Dembele all along, right? Because it was tweeted out by Simon Phillips earlier, about within the hour, that Barcelona can only afford one of Rafinha or Dembele. Dembele hasn't signed, was close to signing, hasn't signed because Laporte wants Rafinha. And then they want Dembele on the cheap. So, what's it going to be, guys? Where are we going with it? What are these brown envelopes feeding us now? Yeah. I think me personally, I'm taking Dembele over Rafinha all day long, every day of the week, regardless if he's less durable and he's not, he's a bit more injury prone, but he's a better player and he's younger and he's got the minerals. Rafinha's just a good player. He's not elite, for 65 million and you can get Dembele on a free. So, what does that do as well? That maybe opens up the door for Koundé to not go Barcelona because Barcelona won't have the money unless they get that blood money in to go and spend and however they're doing it with their TV rights and all that shit. So let's see what happens. That's the way I look at it, guys. I don't know if you agree or disagree, but that's the way I see it. I think there's an ulterior motive. If it is a case of we're going for De Jong, then that puts to bed Declan Rice. There's no way you're buying De Jong for 80 million euros or whatever it is, and you're getting Rice as well. It's not happening. And you need another centre back, and you need to replace attackers. Too much. If it gets done, fuck, cool. But maybe it's a stepping stone. Maybe there's a stepping stone for De Jong to come in, get Declan Rice next year on a cheaper deal where we're in more power because he'll be on a 2-year contract. Yeah. And we can play Ake in that DM position potentially. As long as you get De Ligt or Koundé, right? Because then you've got Silva, Trev Chalobah, Reece James, Ake. It's good. That's a good amount of defenders. Colwell potentially if he stays. So there is all these options. I'm taking it a pinch of salt. But what I will say is 100% we've got them Sterling and Ake. And there's a reason why we've bought those two players. There's got to be a balance in this transfer window where you buy players that are from the Premier League, they're from your academy, and they're from abroad. Because the ones from other leagues abroad, they need time to gel and adapt. But if you get a balance and a mixture of the two, then happy days. You can bed them in a lot easier, and it'll be a lot easier for Tuchel. But don't doubt Ake, yeah? 45 million ain't your fucking money. So what are you worried about? Oh, our budget. No one knows what the budget is. The budget's been sounded as 200 million plus the players we sell, right? Well, who's to say that's the truth? Maybe it's 300. Maybe Chelsea don't want to go out there and say we've got 350 million to spend. Yeah. So then everyone is going to be licking their lips. All the clubs we need players from, they're going to be licking their lips, aren't they? So let's play it tactfully. That's the idea. That's what it's all about. Yeah. 50 million, I agree, way too overpriced. But I don't think it is 50 million. I think it's about 40 to 45 million. That's what I believe it is. Yeah. So what we got here, way too overpriced. Listen, it's not our money, so I don't really give a toss. The fact is, the gaffer's getting an established Premier League player, a versatile player, he's a system player, and that's the most important thing. That's all you got to remember. That's all you got to know. The rest is up to Tuchel getting the best out of him, and he will elevate him. He'll make him world class. I guarantee it. He does it. He's got the effect. Tuchel's got the minerals. He knows how to get the best out of all the players, and that's what counts. Yeah. Sometimes it's not about buying all the established blockbuster signings because they don't all work, as you've seen. They don't work. So sometimes you go in with these sort of signings. Sterling's not blockbuster, but he's reliable. He's still got a lot of work and he's got a lot to prove. Yeah, but he's in his prime. But he's reliable and he's proven in the league. We ain't got time to go out abroad and just fucking sign players all over the gaff and expect them to all just adjust to the Premier League. They can't all do it. Look at players like Werner, Havertz. They take time to adjust. It's going to be the same for Koundé, De Ligt. It's going to be the same for De Jong or any player that comes in. Dembele, Neymar, Rafinha has played Premier League. Sterling's played Premier League. Can you see a pattern here? Ake's played Premier League. Declan Rice has played Premier League. It's a balance between the two. That's what I'm saying. Let's have it right. Is that 90 million for combined both Man City players? I mean, 45. Yeah, could potentially. But you're getting two quality players there. Two quality players for 90 million. You know, don't disregard the players that are leaving and who have already left and the wages that are freed up. That frees up money with financial fair play. It's also to do with the wages. It's very important. So that allows us to spend the money. But there's a lot of twists and turns. You're going to see a lot of players be sold and be part of deals. So I'm not too worried about that. Can't believe we spent 45 to get someone back we let go. Yeah, but listen, that's not Bowley's error. That's not Tuchel's error. That's Romans Bald and their error. That's not our error. And it's not their fault. But I trust Thomas Tuchel. That's all I give a shit about. I want him to have the players that he wants, that he feels he can get. And if it's the right price and it's the right profile, what are you moaning about? It's not our money. We don't give a shit. Yeah. Ake is us, to be honest, just hoping Tuchel's football idea is as good as coach. Yeah, but this is nonsense. He's not us. Pep bought him for a reason. Pep bought him for a reason. If he was that shit, why is he buying him and spending 50 million? It's not Ake's fault that the players that he spent bigger money on have been performing, so it's harder for him to get in the team. But that's Manchester City. They buy two players of high quality and then they want another player as well. Well, we're trying to get to that stage to build a Premier League winning side. We're trying to get to that stage. It's very important. What Well, it's not going to affect our other defenders. Trev's going to play plenty of games, and Trevor's on the right, Ake's on the left. So don't really get that. Yeah, you're all saying overpriced, but he's not. Like, find me a defender of his quality with his attributes for less than 40 million. If there was one, we'd go and buy him. So find me him. Put him in the chat. Tell me. With Premier League experience as well. Ball playing centre back. Versatile. Knows Chelsea as well. Tell me. Name me one. Cheaper than 40 million. Tell me. You ain't going to find one. Big up, Seppers. Nice to see you in there. You don't know if he's a Rudiger replacement. You don't know that. If Delitt Kunde comes in, what happens? You don't know. You don't know. He might be part of a DM position if we don't get Declan Rice. Exactly my point. He was pivotal. He's their best player. He carried them. He's a defender, for crying out loud, and he carried them. Johnny's out of context, but how much do you bench, mate? Fucking hell. You tell me what you think I bench. Then we'll see if we're close. If let's be real, if someone asked you before this, how much would you pay for Ake? You're not saying 40. No, but I think in this market, you have to be realistic, and a Premier League proven player would be between 30 to 40 million pound for someone who hasn't played like is a first teamer. If he was playing every game at Manchester City, firstly, Pep wouldn't sell him. I don't think. I think Ake wants to leave because he wants to play. You know, he wants to play minutes, and you would get more than 40 million if he was playing a lot. You get way more. You get you'd have to pay 60 million. So I think it's a good deal. It's a reasonable deal. It's not, a steal, but in this market, it's decent. It's decent. Destin Dembele for Depay. I don't want Depay. Fucking don't want him. I don't rate him whatsoever. I think he's just a little diva and he's not good enough. Dest, I don't even rate him. But if the gaffer wants him, I'm going to back it. That's the difference. That's what I'm trying to stress to fans. Yeah, you might not rate a player, but the gaffer knows more than fucking you do and knows more than me. Yeah. So if he's going for that player, there's a reason for it, and he knows he can get the best out of that player, and it fits his system. And he knows the Premier League now. He knows the season. He knows Champions League football. You know what I mean? What are you doubting the gaffer for? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't be one of them Twitter virgins. Do not be one of them Twitter virgins. They think that Tuchel's talent ID is fucking... Listen, if Tuchel had his talent ID a long list, he'd have Neymar's, Dembele's, fucking... all of them. He'd have all of them, right? But it's not realistic. It's not FIFA. You can't just go out there and spend these 100 millions on each player. You can't do it. You have to make decisions on where you spend the money. And it's called having a tactical plan. And then having a contingency plan if that doesn't go to how you want, how it plays out. There are reasons why things are happening. You've got to take that into consideration. We can get as much as 90 to 100 million if we sell Brozier, Georgina, Aspie, Alonso, and that money goes for Rice. Well, this is the thing, right? It's what I'm trying to explain to people. We've got 200 million, which is what they said. I think it's a bit more, personally, right? I think for this window, it's going to have to be a bit more than 200 million. But there you go. You're selling players, and you're able to buy another player of high level, all right, that offers the Tuchel what he wants and what he needs, and that's correct. That is correct. I saw someone in here. Where is it? I've gone through these chats too quick. If it's part of the manager's wish list and plans, who are we to question TT? We believe in Todd. Yeah, believe. I like that. Well done. Thanks for being in here. The Added Time podcast. Hope you subscribed. I haven't seen you in here before, but thanks for joining. Exactly. This is the problem. This fan base, especially the Twitter ones, they think they know better than the gaffer. You know, They think they know how it works, and they trust in the brown envelopes too much, and that's where they get done. And their emotions go like that. It's up to them. Do you know what I mean? Full be them. Big up Azar. Nice to see you in here. Koulibaly miles ahead of him. Is he really? I mean, look, Koulibaly, he wants fucking 350 grand a week. You've got to take that into consideration. I know his transfer fee's not a lot, but I'd rather spend those wages on getting Dembele and De Ligt than getting Koulibaly, who's only going to be here for 2 fucking years. And then I've got to go and look out in the market again to go and buy someone when I've lost the De Ligt and Koundé, when they've gone to another club, when really we should. You got to think smart. You got to think smart. Koulibaly should have come to Chelsea when we had Sarri. That period, that's when you buy a player like Koulibaly. He was in his prime. He was doing bits, you know. But he fucking De Laurentiis he's a yeah. Wouldn't let him go. Wanted stupid money, 80 millions and all this nonsense. Yeah, where is he now? He's having to sell him for 30 million. Wrong one. Yeah, you're very close, mate. Very close. Right. I will put the link in the chat and let's get this show on the road. Let's get this show on the road. So keep your questions coming. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. This is my live calling show. Don't be shy. Yeah. Come on here and land your minerals. Yeah. Come on here and land your minerals. I'm streaming on Twitch as well. So if you can follow me on Twitch, because Twitch is very, very slow. But please do follow me on Twitch and all my socials and all that. That'll be coming, Bobby. Nice to see you in here. Nice to see you in there. And feel free to come on. Anyone can come on. I've done it a bit later than last week because I feel like it works better with me with work, and it works well with other guys that are working, and you want to come in and have your say. Do you know what I mean? Check Fabrizio's tweet. What's he said? What's he said? What's he said? Ousmane Dembele, Barcelona and players camp are really close to find full agreement. Matter of details, but new deal depends on Barca green light. Decision now up to Barcelona more than Dembele. So Dembele wants to sign for Barcelona. It looks like. Does he? Well, I don't want him then. Why don't you want to come to Chels? We're giving you more money. Grimes is in the mud, if that's the case. Listen, it don't bother me. Like Dark, I don't know the geezer. I'm just on a space. Do you know what I mean? But when I've just mudded the geezer, and then he mutes me and gives me a little poem, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need that shit. I ain't got time for that shit. Just accept your L and move on. End of. These people ain't nothing to me. Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like he's going. He's trying to engineer a move to stay at Barcelona. Fucking joke, mate. He said it will cause a domino effect with Rafinha. Hence, we might get him, I think, Johnny. Well, this is the thing. I think it's between Rafinha and Dembele. Which one stays at Barca determines which one comes to us. It's fucked. It's like Barcelona have got this amazing pull power for having been in the Champions League, haven't won anything for fucking God knows how long. Bankrupt FC, yeah. How? I don't get it. Fuck them, yeah. Every single one of them. They want to go Barcelona. Go Barcelona then. Fuck off. Go Barcelona. You don't deserve to come to Chelsea and play for Thomas Tuchel and real fucking ballers who've won the Champions League. Yeah? Club World Cup, Super Cup. And we're going to go and win more of them. Rats. Big up, Bobby.
Hey, big up, Johnny.
How we
God,
doing?
Johnny, honestly, brother, I can't lie. This transfer market this summer's just made me dizzy. I don't even know what to think anymore. I don't trust what I'm reading. It's all agents and different journalists with their own agendas. Nobody's telling the truth exactly. Nobody knows exactly what's going on. Barcelona should be sanctioned and banged up. I don't know what that club is doing. How they managed to get away with what they're doing is beyond me. I've never seen this level of corruption in my life. That club is
Yeah, it's
just
bullshit.
is just bent as crazy. What is this? I don't know what they're telling these players. I know there's the dream of playing in the sun in an easy league that all you're doing is preparing for the Champions League. I get it, but I just think, especially the younger players, why would you want a football career of that? It's insane. It's insane. I don't get those geezers in Barcelona. I think they're bluffing. I'm not sure any of these targets they're linked with, they can afford it. They've got a situation where they're selling their TV rights to make payments that cost them 4 times the amount. They're telling staff to take wage cuts. They're owing staff. They're kicking wages down the line. They're putting all their eggs in instant success this season or the next if they can get it. It's insane. They still haven't fully registered players. Don't you believe those pictures of Christensen or whoever you see, those Photoshop pictures means that they've been registered? They haven't. Frankessi's not registered. I don't know. It's chaos. Chaos Alona, they should be called.
It's corruption FC, isn't it?
Yeah.
Corruption FC, 100%. I told you, brown envelopes, every single one of them, brown envelopes. They're
When
going
did we
around
get
again.
here, Johnny? When did we get here with these people?
I don't even want to deal with Barcelona. Like, I don't want to deal with them. Like, literally, fuck them.
Yeah.
If we're helping them in any way, I don't want to do it. Like, that's how I feel at the minute.
Me too. Me too. I don't, Rafinha, they put in if we're to believe, I don't even know what to believe. Apparently, I put in another bid. It's still short. So what's that about? It's laughable. I don't know.
Well, Dembele's pissing me off. Like, listen, I don't believe these brown envelopes. As you know, I don't really delve into it too much, but I'm just going by what's been released just now. If that's the case that he's like really engineering a move to stay at Barcelona, then fuck him. I don't want him. I'd like literally go Barcelona, bruv. You ain't gonna get. The thing is, you're a mug because you're
yeah.
gonna get less wages than coming to Chelsea.
Well,
You're actually a mug.
I don't believe it anyway, Johnny, because they offered him wages 40% less than they were giving him before. So what makes you think that they're suddenly going to up those wages? Why
Well,
would they? He's already left them.
there's also the other side to the story that he's trying to get Chelsea to up their bid because he's close to going Barcelona to prove how much like we have to prove to him how much we really want him and how much we pay. See what I'm saying? There's strings getting pulled everywhere. So there is that aspect as well. But I'm just getting pissed off with Barcelona having the ability to dictate who the fuck we get and don't get. I don't like that. These are players that should want to come to Chelsea. Like, I'm done with players that don't want to come to Chelsea and they've got other aspirations. It's nonsense to me. It's just, we've got money as well. It's not like we're poor like those fuckers.
No,
They're
there's a lot of
poor.
money at Chelsea, a lot, especially
Yeah.
now, and we can spend a lot because it will count as investment into a new club. So we've got the spending power that's slightly above most clubs in Europe, if not all clubs in Europe at the moment, because your cities and your PSGs, they've already breached financial fair play. They're worried about that. So Chelsea can really do quite a bit. So these players that are looking at Barcelona, I don't believe it, Johnny. Something isn't right. I don't believe it. I can't see the sense behind somebody advising Dembele to be sticking around where he's not wanted. Frankie de Jong, I understand why he's trying to stay at Barca because he doesn't want to lose the money they're owing him. Fair enough. But, all the
Well, there's that,
Rafinha's
and he's got Champions League football. You see, him going to United is a massive step down. That's a huge step down. He's 25. He's not a spring chicken. He's got to be part of a rebuild, go to a new league, under the same manager. That doesn't mean shit. You can have. We've seen that with Sarri and Jorginho, and that it doesn't mean anything. You can have be with your ex-manager, yeah, but it's about the team, the players around you, and the system. And I don't think Ten Hag's going to be able to implement that system immediately. It's going to take time because they ain't got the players. So that's going to affect De Jong. And it's already affecting De Jong at Barcelona. So for me, if he goes there, it's just purely money driven, which it's all about these lot. It's all about the money. It's not about fucking football. And we've got players like Mason Mount and Reece James who all they care about is the football and winning trophies. That mentality in
And the
football
club.
now, and the club, obviously, but
Yeah.
that mentality, all right, has gone out the fucking window with all these young players and these players that are getting thrown countless amounts of money. That's gone. That's finished. You
Yeah.
know, there's no sort of like that love for the game and to be the best in the world and to go to the right club for your career to be the best in the world. That's all fucking gone. Very few players are like that. Very few. And that's sad because now it's just money. It's what wage packet I can get, what fucking Lamborghini can I buy, and what yacht can I get? How can I help my whole fucking aunties and uncles and cousins all over the fucking gaff? That's what it's all
Yeah.
about. It's not about the sport that you love, that you've worked so hard as a kid to grow and be the best player in the world. You know? Where's all that? Because if you've got that, De Jong wouldn't go United, Jesus wouldn't go Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Haaland probably would have just gone straight to Real Madrid. You know, it's just like it's all stages, money. I'm done with it. Literally done with it. And I'm not
I
going to
don't.
buy into what they say. I'm not going to buy into it. But what are you saying with Ake?
Yeah, I was actually going to raise him based on what you've just said. You know, I was a bit iffy about Ake. We all know what he can do, and we all know what he can't do. But the thing about Ake that I'm slightly beginning to warm to is, look, at the end of the day, this was a Cobham boy. And that, you know, he certainly comes from that generation where they were taught that Chelsea was everything. Ake has always loved Chelsea, even at City, you know, and the way, I must say, the way our academy lads conduct themselves, even when they do go to another club, they always show respect to Chelsea. And that's kudos to those that trained them, you know, your Neil Baths of this world and your Eddie Newtons and so on, you know. So for that, and based on what you've said, we know for sure that we're getting a player that's going to fight for the badge if he comes, and a
Yeah,
player who does have the club's interest at heart, as much as any of these players can have. So, you know, he's a utility player. He's someone that could play left wing back. He can play left back at a push. I still think he doesn't quite have enough physicality, but he can do it, you know, and he can play CDM if we don't get in Declan Rice. Whether we get in Declan Rice or not, he can play CDM because we need that defensive strength that we don't really have with the likes of Jorginho and so on. So I don't think it's that bad a deal. Is it the marquee that we're all waiting for? Well, of course not. You know, but then neither's Raheem Sterling, which, by the way, I'm wondering why it isn't done yet. But there you go.
mm.
He's not that marquee,
Well, I
but
think
is he good?
no. Well, no, I wouldn't say he's marquee like big signing, but I think he's a great addition and he
Yeah,
helps us and he'll bed into the system, which is fine. I ain't got a problem with Sterling. Apparently Fabrizio's put out a tweet. Dembele's already agreed on Barcelona terms, just waiting for Barcelona to sign him. But I mean, that is fucking. I don't want to hear that nonsense. You
it's
know,
madness.
he's
Isn't
basically sitting there waiting for them not to sign Rafinha. You know,
it?
and we've got a bid on the table for Rafinha, who wants to go Barca. And you've got Dembele who wants to wait for Barca to make sure they don't get Rafinha. Barca can't get Rafinha if they don't sell De Jong. But Chelsea might go in for De Jong, which then means they get Rafinha, and then Dembele doesn't go. And they could go and get De Jong and fucking Dembele, right? This is the tactical game of chess, man. This is
It
this is
is.
madness. And the thing is, I've got no. Do you know what? I've got no love or sentiment or emotional attachment to any of these new signings, right? Because none of them are going to be like Mason Mount and Reece James. None of them, right? That is my benchmark. You have to earn that when you come to my football club. Every single player that signs has to earn that. You got to earn it. I don't give a fuck how much money you come in for and what wages you're on. If you don't deliver, you don't love this club, then you ain't getting the love from me. I'm going to back you on the pitch, but that's as far as it goes, you know. But to get that extra love, that extra support, and that, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You've got, like, I don't see that with any of these signings. Ake actually wants to come to Chelsea. Sterling's got mentality. He wants to come and fight, and he's taken a step down. Let's have it right. He's taken a step down coming to Chelsea from Manchester City. Really, you know, we're at a different stage to them. So I respect him for that. You know, he's not asked for more wages. He's getting similar to what he was on anyway, and I get that. That's fine. You know, but all these other signings that are just here for the, you know, fucking, you got to earn it when you come to the bridge. End of. You got to earn it.
that's true. That's true. And to be fair to Sterling, the fact that he hasn't really taken extra, which which he could have really insisted on, I have respect for that as well. And he'll certainly have my support when he puts on that Chelsea shirt. It's the whole Barcelona thing. I think there's a couple of things here that has created this. The sanctions didn't help us when Rafinha was doing, because we were kind of talking to Rafinha, but we couldn't do anything. When Rafinha was setting up a deal with Barcelona 4 months ago, Chelsea weren't able to talk to anyone. And who knows the content of that deal? There must be something in that deal that he's trying to hold binding. Maybe it's his family. Maybe, you know what, like these Brazilians are like, you don't just sign them, you sign their whole family. Maybe he's got his family over. Something has happened. But regardless of what that situation is, I can't believe that Todd Bowley will get in his private jet and fly over 3,000 miles from LA to Barcelona, only to have lunch and talk about Aspilicueta and Alonso. I think there are bigger things in there. I know he's trying to get, all the world players in football to know that, look, there's a new sheriff in town. I get it. But I think there must have been discussions about Rafinha and De Jong in some sort of way. I just have this funny feeling, I've got no basis for it. I just have this funny feeling that De Jong in particular is going to end up at Chelsea. There's just
Do
something
you?
about that journey.
I
See what I
think.
mean?
Listen, I'm not biting into that too much
Yeah.
until I hear something more concrete. But if we've got the money, we're not going to hesitate putting down that money for that player. And I know Tuchel likes him and admires him, right? Um, but we've got the one thing that Manchester United don't have, and that's Champions League football.
Yep.
And we're already playing a way that he can just go in and play his football. My question mark is you can't play him as a DM in that lone six. It ain't going to happen. So you've got to play him so he can push up. But then what happens to Minerals Mount? Are you going to play those two behind the? Who's going to be your sitter? You're going to have to use Ake because you ain't going to get Rice if you get De Jong. This is what I'm trying to understand. It doesn't really make sense to me.
And of
That
course,
deal,
there's Conor
it's an
Gallagher as well.
opportunist signing. I see that.
Well, he didn't just go to Barcelona for lunch. There's got to be a big
Yeah, I
reason.
know, I
But
know, I
maybe
know.
it's not him. I'm just talking off the top of my
But who
head.
else is there?
Rafinha, Rafinha.
What's there to
That
talk about Rafinha? We've put our deal on the table. He doesn't have to talk Barcelona.
Yeah, it might be. We're here. We want him. Why don't you push, the
Nah,
envelope more for
nah.
Dembele? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't. I think it's about a player.
Yeah, it's got to
I
be,
think it's
hasn't it?
about yeah, yeah,
And the
yeah,
only
yeah.
player worth it is De Jong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because Dembele's not with him now.
yeah, yeah. I can
I don't
see
know
that
any other. I
happening.
don't know any other player at Barcelona that we would go for apart from Dest.
He's a
But you're gonna
gent.
fucking fly all the way out there to get a player like that? He's not
No.
good enough. He's not Chelsea level.
Yeah.
He's not
Listen, I
Chelsea
don't know.
level.
The only thing I'll say for these Cobham boys is the preseason, especially the American tour. It's a big opportunity for them. I just hope they ball out, You know,
Depay.
Levi Colwell,
Fucking Depay,
Dijon
man.
Sterling, I think is going to be really useful. He nearly made the cut the last summer. I think he can make the cut this year. I don't buy all this. Oh, they don't have Premier League experience. They don't need it. If you're good enough, you should be played. Reece James didn't have Premier League experience before he burst into the first team squad. Don't need it. And
He
I
didn't.
think
You're right.
Dijon can do it. I think Levi Colwell can do it. We just have to trust them. I know he's young. I know he's only 19, and the back line potentially is very young. But, I'm not that scared of that. I think if you're good enough, you can do it. And this is why it's important to get De Ligt, because although he's young as well, he's very experienced. He's played with Chiellini and Bonucci. He's played in Italy a number of years. He's played in Ajax. He's had Champions League experience. He hasn't had Premier League experience, but quality always rises to the top wherever
Yeah,
you
of
are.
course. Yeah, I agree, Bobby. If you want to still hang in here, you're more than welcome to, mate. Right.
Bless
Yeah,
you, mate. I might have to pop out, but I'm with you.
no
When you
problem.
got membership, let me know, Johnny. I'm your man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Bobby. I appreciate that. I'm very close to my 1,000 subscribers, so just sort of like just slowly getting it, because then I think that's when you can do the membership stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm very close to that. People, please like and subscribe. This is a great show. I really enjoy this, talking to everyone.
Yeah, you're doing well,
right.
mate. You're doing well.
Cheers,
It's a good
Bobby.
show.
I appreciate that, Bobby. Have a good day. If you're more welcome to stick around. If you need to go, just no problem, mate. Who we got next? My boss. Is that how I say it?
Yeah. Yes.
How you doing, my boss?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Very well, very well. What would you like to say, my man?
I just want to say, do you know Cassie, that guy on the stream last year?
Which one?
Cassie.
Oh, Kazi. Yeah.
What's happened to him? How come he's not on the stream anymore?
I've not seen him or heard from him. I don't know, mate. Honestly, I don't know. I wasn't really going on Monsters anymore. I sort of had enough of all that lot, and Monster stopped doing streams, and then I never saw Kazi really. Very rarely, maybe on some Twitter Spaces and that, but that was it, mate. That was it.
All right.
But
good.
but what do you want to say, mate? What are you thinking there?
What do I say? I'm really excited for the Sterling move. I'm excited.
Yeah.
And can't wait for it to happen.
All right. What about other signings? Because Sterling's a good signing, we know that, but I mean, it's not enough. It's not enough.
Ake.
Yeah, talk to me about Ake. Are you one of these that doesn't rate him or want him and all this and think, oh, we're paying too much and blah blah blah?
No,
what are you saying?
Ake's a good player, man. He's a good player, man. I've always wanted him back.
Well, I agree. So I think he's a good player, and I think the fact that Tuchel wants him, that's enough for me. That's all I need, really. I just want him to get the players that he wants to work with. That's the most important thing. Ake is one of those players. That's all that matters, right? That's it. You move on. Anything else you want to say, mate?
Lukaku's been enjoying his life since leaving Chelsea, man. He's been enjoying Italy, man, since then.
Well, Lukaku can go and do one, as far as I'm concerned. He's a fucking rat, and he doesn't. I don't want him anywhere near our football club ever again. And I hope he stays there and eats all his pasta and gets fat again, like he got fat here, because that's the way it was for me. All the people that backed him in the mud, completely mudded, all gone very quiet. All the nonsense, we don't play to strengths. The guy never wanted to be at Chelsea Football Club. It's clear as day, and the gaffer never wanted him. So it is what it is. Let him enjoy his life there. and stat pad in that shit league, that slow league, because that's what it is.
Uh,
Do you know what I
it all
mean?
started on his second season at United.
Yeah. He was awful at United. My mate's a United fan. He said, "Fuck me." He goes, "I had to witness 2 years of that crap."
He wasn't
Or
bad on
two
his
of my
first
United
season, though.
mates. What's that?
He wasn't bad on his first season, though.
He weren't too bad, but did he score against any of the big teams? No.
Not really. But Everton, he did.
Yeah. Well, Everton, yeah, but they play like a certain way, and they're a mid-table team, so it's less pressure. That player cannot take pressure, mate. He cannot take it. He's
But Everton
always
played
been like that.
counter-attacking football. Everton played
Yeah,
counter-attacking football, which is the reason why he did well. Yeah.
exactly. And we don't play like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where it went wrong, mate. That's where it went wrong. And that was a bold signing. They didn't think about the profile of the player that you're buying. They just bought him, and that was the problem. But yeah, nice one, Mabast. Thanks for coming on, Mabast. Yeah, nice. Where's that from, mate? Where's your name from? Like nationality? What was your name from?
From Iraq.
Oh, from Iraq. Nice. Do you live there, or are you in London?
No, I don't live in London. I live in Huddersfield.
Oh, nice one, Geezer. All right. Well, thanks for supporting the channel, my man.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that.
I'm a Chelsea fan as well. I'm a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, well, I'd assume so. Listen, it's for rivals as well. If they wanted to come on and say their piece, not a problem. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I appreciate that. Up the Chels, and like I say, more than welcome to come on again, mate. All right.
Yeah. Thanks.
Nice one. Cheers. Who's next? Hazik. Yeah. You there?
Hi, Johnny. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Well, actually, right now, no, I guess because of the transfer. It's honestly draining, man. Because when our season ended, I was so sorry. When the last season, it was so draining. Like we were just losing left and right, and it honestly just hurt to watch Chelsea. And I think every single Chelsea fan can agree. We just all wanted that season to end, right? And when it did, I was relieved, right? And then the break right now, and then the transfer window. I was excited for it, and then I quickly realized it's like, oh my god, this is so. It's such as you always like to say, right? It's such like brown envelopes, so many like rumors, so many of these. I just like currently, right? What really bothers me now is like I'm a bit pissed off, or just even like tired of it, right? Is this whole Rafinha Dembele thing, right? It's like we're going after Rafinha, but then he doesn't really want to go to us. He's obviously his main club that he wants to go to is Barcelona, and now Dembele is like staying, like he wants to stay there too. He's waiting just for the Barcelona to provide that contract or whatever, right? And it's just so like it's so draining. And my issue, the biggest issue for me, right, is that I don't want Chelsea to quote unquote like waste time on these players that like don't really want to go to us, right? Like I understand, like they have their own personal lives, right? I get it, but if, for example, right, if we're trying really hard to get Rafinha, right? And we're spending a lot of time. What happens if we don't get him? Like, so we just wasted not only our time, like trying to get this player that didn't want us, and also like we wasted precious time trying to get other targets as well. That's just how I see it, right? So yeah, honestly, I'm just looking forward to when our matches start, right? When the game start, all of it, will feel better, and yeah, it'll be a better time.
Yeah. And listen, transfer windows are always you got to try and distance yourself from the rumours and the brown envelopes, because they're there to clickbait. They're there to put out and associate Chelsea with any club or any player out there. And it's not only to benefit, it's not just for our benefit, it's for other clubs' benefits. Journalists are used by Barcelona to do their work. Like Chelsea use a Matt Law or whoever it is, it goes the same way with other clubs. and especially it heats up when it's to do with a club that you're trying to buy a player from. You know, now this Fabrizio news on Dembele, for example, could be a tactic for Dembele's camp to try and get a better deal from Chelsea, because really he's got no intention of signing at Barcelona for that wage. What, you know, if he was prepared to sign for that wage, why didn't he just sign it? You know?
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
So Fabrizio coming out today saying he's accepted the terms. Well, if he's accepted the terms, he should have signed. He'd be a Barcelona player now. So that's what I'm saying about brown envelopes. There's ulterior motive. I feel it's to get a better deal out of Chelsea.
Yeah, but that's what annoys me though about it, right? It's just like, can we just like sign these players, man? It's just like, you know, like when we got Raheem, I was actually I was indifferent about it, right? And because I was like, okay, you know, I get it. I can, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm like, I see it as okay, this is a player that like our gaffer wants, right? So I'm like, okay, fine. He wants this. I'm happy with it, right? But then now this whole like flip flop, basically, right? Flip flop of these two players. It's just like, it's just so annoying. Just get it over with, you know? Like, and I don't know why. From this is just my like I don't know how, I understand, like I said, I understand why these players, you know, this is like their dream. Like for Rafinha, it's his dream move to go to Barcelona, right? I understand that, but I don't know why he is like taking this risk, right? Because we know the situation of Barcelona. They're broke, right? Basically, right? Now I understand, you know, the fans may want to defend it, but it's like it's still such a like high risk though. It's like I feel like you're relying on these basically economic levers to basically, you know, like cover all your, you know, your debt and stuff, right? But it's not, as far as I know, right? It's not even going to cover everything, you know. So it's like they're still going to have those financial problems. So I don't know. I just feel like him, like, you know, Rafinha going to Barcelona, it's just like you're just taking a gamble, really, like a really high gamble of this like economic lever, like, you know, being put down basically, right? So I don't know. It is what it is, you know.
Yeah, I get that. But like how I've just broken it down now, I think Rafinha will go to Barcelona. I think the De Jong deal, whether it's at Chelsea or whether it's to Man United, will get done, and it has to be done soon. And the part of the deal will be De Jong has to receive his money that Barcelona owe him for the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Because he's got to wait for that. The moment he leaves, he doesn't get it. And I think Barca are trying to get out of that because they're crooks, as we know. But what if Bowley goes in there and says there's a way we can sort that out or whatever? Do you know what I mean? And it helps. But I want you to take two of my players, and I only want to pay this transfer fee. That way you don't have to pay. You know, there's all sorts of corruptness going on behind the scenes. I'm not saying Bowley's doing that. I'm just giving you an example so you can understand that there is lots of twists and turns and things that can happen. I just don't believe that Dembele is accepting the terms of Barcelona, even though it's Fabrizio, because that makes no sense to me whatsoever. Because he should have, he'd be a Barca player then. They haven't increased the terms. They haven't made a better deal since then. So what's the difference? There is no difference. I don't buy it. Yeah. And like I say, don't get too drawn into it. I don't even believe De Jong. I don't even think we're in for De Jong. If we are, fair play. We're not in for Ronaldo either. You know, we're not going to sign Ronaldo.
I don't believe it. It's just so like, you know, I just, you know, in an ideal world, right? I just wanted things to go smoothly, right? But obviously, these people, you know, they're always going to start something. They just, like you said, you know, brown envelopes. They always start some rumors or something, right? So yeah. Quickly though, I just want to talk about Ake, because I was in the space, right, where you were in, you know, when you were just now, right? And
I had it out with a few of them.
You know, I don't understand some Chelsea players, right? I'm sorry, not players. Some Chelsea fans, right? I feel like they're very quick to be dismissive of players that haven't even played yet, right? And it's like, I understand. Okay, fine. You have your worries about Ake, but it's like, give him a chance at least, you know, like, you know, he hasn't even, exactly. Like he hasn't even like stepped foot on our pitch and you're already like having like you're not backing him. It's like support him a little. And then okay, fine. If you have some like if he plays badly, then fine, I get it. Okay, fine. But still, like you said, like these people, they're just not backing, and I feel like like calm down and just like support
Well,
support
support the
your
players,
players
yeah.
that your manager definitely wants. Because let's be honest, this is even I was shocked when when the reports came in. I was like, oh, Tuchel wants this player, but if he wants it, then okay, fine. I trust in him. That's how much. Because the thing is, right? I started following Chelsea only recently, right? Like I've always supported it, but I never I followed it like thoroughly, right? So I only started following it when like Lampard got in, right? And ever since, I've just been like, okay, had those rough times with Lampard, because let's be honest, he did many great things, but he was just too young as a manager, right? And when Tuchel came in, it was just such a nice experience for me as a Chelsea fan, because I've only like this is when like when people say like, oh, I was there when we won it, when like we won like the Champions League and stuff. This is for me, like Tuchel won that for me as a fan. I was like, I got to experience the Champions League win because of him. So that's why I have so much love for him. So when people, I feel like they have this they don't have this trust in him, right? I feel like people just need to like calm down a bit and just be like, okay, like have some trust in your manager, man. Like back him, because how long are we gonna repeat this cycle of like firing our managers? Like it's far too long. It's like we need to change.
They've been used to the Roman way. They've been
exactly
smitten and kind of like, I don't know best way to explain it, but they're just so used to immediacy. They expect instant success.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
Yeah. And what they can't comprehend is right now you're in a rebuilding process. You're in a new era where our manager is actually going to get fully backed and be able to build a structure in the club with the new ownership and a philosophy and embed it all the way through to the grassroots. That's what Pep's gone in at Manchester City and done. And they are reaping the benefits and the rewards now because it takes time. Granted, they spent a lot of money and they're fucking crooks as well. They've spent a lot of money. They shouldn't even be in the Champions League. But Chelsea are doing that now. And these fans, they can't comprehend it. They don't get it. They don't understand it. You've got to back this manager. This manager, there shouldn't even be a question mark about him. What he's done at our football club in this short space of time with what he's been given, and none of them are his players. He still hasn't had one of his own players.
Exactly. I was gonna touch talk about that. Like the players that he has is not his players. It's from a mix of all our previous managers. So like the fact that he has achieved all of this with not his players, it just shows you how elite of a manager he is, like honestly. But again, still people are like, they have these doubts, and I'm like how like how are you doubting him? Like he's gotten us the Champions League, the finals, FA and Carabao Cup, and it's like come on, like what more does he have to prove to you? That's my question to these people, right? Like what is like
he shouldn't have to prevent it. Do you know what it is? They've got preference of the players that they like, and because we're not linked with them and we're linked with other players, they get all fucking upset. That's what it's all about. That's exactly it. And then they'll go, oh, Tuchel's two talent IDs in the mud. It's shit. Well, it doesn't work like that. Sometimes, you've got to just go with the players that the gaffer buys. No manager's going to buy all the players that you love. It's just unrealistic. It's not going to happen. I wanted Haaland in the summer, and I got fucking Lukaku. And I knew we were after Haaland all through the summer, and we were. And then it flipped like that, and the ball went and got Lukaku, and you saw how that turned out. Wrong move, wrong profile, doesn't work. That's exactly like us going and get Ronaldo now. Wrong profile. Great player, GOAT, clear of Lukaku, but it's not going to solve the problem. It's a quick fix. We don't want quick fixes. We want to build so that we can go on longevity and actually dominate. You know, Ronaldo, if you bought him last year, I get it. It makes sense, but not now. Doesn't make any sense. So they're just examples. Tuchel is making the call. He's having a sign off of who he wants to sign. And that's the most important thing for me. You know, I don't care about what the fans say. You hear me on Spaces clearly, and the people that I have to get involved with. And I'll do it in small doses now. Do you know what I mean? I'll do it in small doses because it's just I'm tired of people questioning Tuchel.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I stay away from Twitter as much as I can. Like I only open it to see if there's like the updates, right? And then I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like I can't be bothered because honestly, like I remember you follow Con, right? Yeah, you're in Con Spaces, right? Yeah. And I swear to God, man, like there's just one fan, right, in his Spaces. I'm not gonna say his name, but I feel like I never understood people who are like pessimistic, right? Like, because I remember
know you're
saying,
talking about.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so like, but you get me, right? Like I feel like he's so pessimistic, right? And like, okay, fine. You have okay, like, because his thing is like, okay, he doesn't agree with like what our gaffer is doing. Okay, blah 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 blah. And then I feel like that's just it. That's his point. Basically, his point is just to complain. I don't think he has a solution to it, right? Because because if I'm not mistaken, he himself said that like he's like, oh, but I don't think the board will do this. Oh, I don't think like our gaffer will do this. And it's like, okay, so what's the point of your your statement then? You know, like
Well,
you're just
because
literally.
listen, that fella, yeah, Toothpick Mike, yeah, that's who he is. Who knows the kit man's fucking cat and dog because of his old man. I saw someone send me something where he wrote he'd have Tuchel out right now and get Pochettino in, right? And when I see stuff like that, I think you're a fucking absolute wrong un. You're an absolute wrong un. A lot of people I know go to games, never seen him at games. I don't know what this guy's agenda is with Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea. He thinks he knows the whole fucking board members. And that what signings and we can't do this and we can't do that and it's not going to be a great summer and blah blah blah. It's like fuck off, geezer. Yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear that negative shit.
Yeah,
because all
honestly,
that negative
it's
shit
literally
is
exactly. It's literally just negative. It's like you're not. It's not even like you're like you being. It's not even like you're adding anything. Like, oh, okay, maybe we can do this. You're literally just being negative and like, bro, like just stop.
No, this was the classic.
Get off.
This was the classic because I was on a space with that geezer and he muted me once and I lost my fucking rag. All right. He said we've got the best manager, the right manager at the wrong time. Make fucking sense of that. Because if I'm rebuilding my football team, I want the best manager to do it. I don't want no fucking stepping stone manager to come in, build on his terms, and then get an elite man. It doesn't work like that. That's how I know he doesn't understand football.
Yeah, like why can't you make
he's the right manager at the right time to build. That is a fact.
Yeah.
So we don't need to talk about nonsense talkers like that. But I know what you're saying. He talks shit.
Honestly,
he's got a Jorginho agenda. I mean, I love Georgie, and I've got my frustrations with him.
Georgie gets a lot of hate, like honestly.
The amount of hate that he gets is ridiculous.
Exactly.
You know what
I
mean?
It is.
I'm not doing it at the expense of Mason Mount because Mason Mount is fucking clear of every player. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What he does for
he is Chelsea through and through. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Like you can't get like any more like Chelsea than Mount, in my opinion. You know, him and James, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, the beautiful game. He said Pochettino, bruv. I've seen the someone screenshotted it and shown me. He wrote that shit. Pochettino, the biggest bottle job, and he wants him to come to Chelsea. Fucking hell, mate. Honestly, these people are fucking clueless, man. What was I going to say? There was a comment there that I had up, man. Fucking bear with me. Is it Grey Wolves, isn't it? Where is it? Here it is. So my excellent transfer window rumours are the main causes of my anxiety and trust issues. It's all done by the master clickbaiters and the news from Twitter. Listen, don't get anxiety from it, fella. It's not worth it, mate. Honestly, it's not worth it. Take it with a pinch of salt. And until the player's going like that, holding up the shirt, that's when it counts. Yeah. Even Sterling and Ake's not done because the shirt's not held up. But it's there. But just don't buy into all this Ronaldo shit, man. It's making people go fucking doolally. Yeah, this guy's never coming to Chelsea. United will never sell him to Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah, exactly.
No
I've been
chance.
saying that. They would
Yeah.
rather keep him sulking on their bench and sell him to us.
Exactly.
They never sell us anyone. We tried to get Martial a few years ago and they just wouldn't let him go. So, yeah, don't believe that rubbish.
Big up DJ Serve, big up Johnny and panel. People in the chat, big up and smash the like button. So Sterling Ake deals has been done yet. Not heard any news. Been back at the office at work. Well, we're still waiting for the announcement on Sterling. I think Ake and Sterling is a sort of together deal, a dual deal. And I think they'll announce that maybe later on tonight, maybe while we're on this show. Who knows? But I think they will sign DJ Seth, mate. And nice. Thanks for being in here. Nice of you, geezer. Where's that? This is a fact. We've got Super Tommy Tuchel. He knows exactly what we need. Thiago at the back. Timo in attack. Chelsea going to win the Champions League again. Trust me, mate. What a chance. One of my favourites, mate. Back the gaffer all day long. Back the gaffer. So, Grey Wolf, innit? Is it Grey Wolf's dinner? That's your name.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, fella. Land your minerals, mate.
Yeah, man. I'm happy that Tuchel's going to get backed. Look, I'm not a fan of all the players we've been linked to, but Tuchel deserves to be trusted with. Like, I trust Tuchel. I want to see him build a team that can compete with Liverpool and Man City. That is what I want to see.
I think we'll do that. I think we'll do that.
Yeah.
Go on. Yeah, what are you going to say?
Oh, Barcelona, man. I hate Barcelona so much. Broke club. Corrupt. 2009 paid off the refs. They are such a corrupt, broke club.
Well, they can't be that broke. Fuck's sake. They're
But they're lying.
trying to sign everyone,
they're
aren't
lying.
they?
No, they're lying through their ass. They delude these players, and then they're trying to pay in installments to Leeds. Like Leeds have been telling them, no, we want the money for like 2 weeks. They just keep coming back with shitty little offers. Like, what is that? Like, installments.
I saw something funny on Twitter. There was a picture of a Barca shirt with all the fucking sponsors under the sun all over it. So that's the way they get their money, to try and sign Rafinha and a fucking Dembele, and that's it, you know, and register players. Like, really, who wants to go to Barca? They got massive rebuilding, mate. They ain't got Xavi, Iniesta, they ain't got Messi, Busquets, Piqué. Where are all these ballers? They're not there now.
And they got a novice in charge. They got a novice in charge who's never won anything apart from the Arab League or something.
Yeah.
I think Frankie de Jong might be real, you know, though. I think Barcelona want us to buy him so they can fund Rafinha.
And Dembele.
Yeah. So I actually do. I think Barcelona might be offering us de Jong, but they'd rather we get him than Man United. I think that's what. So I do believe the rumours are true. I'm not sure how much Chelsea want him though. That's the part I'm not sure.
Tuchel likes him.
If Tuchel does, I'd get him in, man. We need another 6, I think. Yeah. He's one of Kante or Jorginho's.
He's not.
League,
yeah, but he's not. He's not really a 6. He's more of an 8. He's not really a 6. That's the problem I have, because if you get de Jong and you pay that sort of money, you're not getting Declan Rice. You know,
apparently Frankie wanted to be more of a 6, though. I've heard that as a rumor anyway. I'm not sure if that's true.
Where have you seen that? Where did you hear that?
I think it was like on the Dutch, like how much he loved playing on the Dutch team, because I think he plays more 6 for the national team. But that was a while ago I read that, so I'm not sure how true that was.
Well, I've read that Tuchel was in tears when he signed for Barcelona. Apparently, he wanted him. That's what I read, or I saw something on an article of some sort. So, I mean, maybe he does want him. Maybe What happens to Billy Gilmore though, mate? Because I see them in a similar mould. I said this to Gunny yesterday on my show. You know, look, De Jong is 25. He's older. He's got more experience. But what's he fucking won? You know, what's he actually done? Can you tell me if he's won a Liga or a Champions League? He hasn't.
No,
He's
De Jong
only won
hasn't.
a Dutch league. That's all he's won.
I'd like to Gilmore to get if we're keeping Kante, and I'm assuming we're gonna get another DM, so I'd like to see Gilmore go on loan to like Everton or something, somewhere where he's gonna be appreciated. Is Norwich? I thought Norwich was a decent move at the time, but nah, that was crap. You're right about that one. I remember you saying that Norwich was a terrible move.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Daniel fucked it up, didn't he? Like,
Daniel fucked it. He fucked it up.
yeah.
Mate. Look, I think Gilmore will be assessed by the gaffer when he comes back, along with Gallagher and all the youth players, Broha and etc. But I think there's going to be a lot of twists and turns, and I really hope that Gilmore stays. I always saw him as that sort of. He's different to Jorginho, but he can take on that role of, you know, dictating play, the tempo of the game. He's an elite player at a young age, and he just needs consistency and the right guidance to develop. And Chelsea's perfect for him. If he does go Everton under Frank, I think that'll be a great move for him. It's a better team. I think there'll be more of a mid-table team, whereas Norwich have just been promoted from Championship and made no sense. So I want Gilmore to stay. Everyone knows how much I love Gilmore. I rate him highly. I think he's going to be a great player. But if you sign a De Jong, it fucks it all up for him. I can't see Gilmore and De Jong, you know, in the same with Kovacic and Kante. Jorginho will probably leave.
As well,
and Rice coming in next year. Where's Gilmore playing? You know, is he going to play second fiddle? The kid wants to play. He's good enough. This kid is baller. He's a baller. We just need to trust in him, and I hope Tuchel trusts in him. But you go and buy De Jong, it's like, yeah, we want to buy that ready-made pack. He's not really ready-made. It's still potential. He's still talent, and he comes at a big cost. Billy Gilmore costs you nothing. You know.
All I will say is, if De Jong chose Man United over us, and what the hell is going through his head? Like, oh, just because your previous manager is at Man United, you want to go there? Nah, but you can jog on, mate. You're not that good, man. If he chose.
I don't. I think. Yeah, I said if he chooses Man United, what's his aspirations, mate? Really,
exactly.
It's all about money. It's like Jesus and Arsenal, isn't it? It's the same thing.
Oh, I want to go to my previous or someone I know. Oh, no, you want to. Why don't you just want to go to a better team where you can win shit? Like,
yeah.
Like, look, Jorginho got third in Ballon d'Or. Why wouldn't you want to be a midfielder for Tuchel, man? When you can be like one of the best players in the world. That's what Tuchel can do. He can develop you into that.
I agree, mate. I agree, and I'm done with it. This is a good one. I only go to Barcelona if you're planning a wedding. Yeah, facts, mate. Facts. Fucking new shite. We done them like kippers there in that semi-final. Done them like kippers. Love that. What's your Johnny? What's your ideal midfield? I want a midfield three. So I'd have Mason Mount at I'd have your sort of 2 8s and your sitter. So I'd probably have your Declan Rice as a sitter. And then I'd have Mason Mount. And I think De Jong would be good with those, or a Billy Gilmore type player. But you've got Kovacic at the minute. So that would be the kind of flavour for me, where I'd got a bit of everything. But Mount would be more helping out in the midfield, but obviously playing behind the front three. And you could still go with your back four, where you can be solid. And that's the ideal. That would be Rice for me, Mason Mount, and then like some sort of like Kovacic, Gilmore, De Jong player, I think would work. I think that would really work. Maybe that's the thought process. Maybe they know that West Ham will not sell, and maybe they're thinking, do you know what? We've got a great opportunity to go and get De Jong. Let's go and get De Jong. And it could be that, but I think it's too good to be true. I don't buy it. I think United have been working on this deal for a very long time. I don't know what's something stopping it, which is obviously we know that Barcelona owe them money, owe De Jong money, so that could be one element. Also, is the player really desperate to come to United? I don't know, man. I don't know. Does he really?
That's what's
want to go United?
happened. Barcelona are basically begging us to pay his wages that he's owed there. Like, what the hell was going? They're so broke, man. Club. They expect us to pay the wages that they're meant to be paying him, so that they can then steal out more of our players and steal our transfers. Like, they're so arrogant.
Yeah. I agree with this. So the plan would be Gilmore and Rice and long-term replacements. Well, I think Rice is your Kante, so to speak, but can sit if the gaffer wants. He can slot into centre back, and he's your workhorse, and he's your ball recoverer. And then Gilmore is the future for me, But in that Gilmore position, you could have a De Jong and Kovacic, one of those. All those three can fit in there. And then you got Mason Mount there, just behind the front three, and they can make the midfield three. That's where I think Tuchel wants to go. So he's got the option of playing 4-2-2-2. He can play 4-1-2-1-2. He can play the three at the back, wing back system, double sixes with the three. There's lots of options, But Rice opens up all the doors for that. And unfortunately, we're not signing that player. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to sign him. I'm very optimistic. I think Chelsea will go in there last minute and just try and land the minerals and get him. And I'd love that. I would love that.
I think if we get all our targets, we might go for Rice last minute. I could see that. Maybe.
Yeah.
But that's a big ask. Is at the moment that broke club is holding everything back. Like, not just for us, but almost every other club. Like in Europe right now. Like,
I agree. Good morning, Andika. I don't know where you are in the world, but good morning, mate. In here, it's the evening now, or just gone off. It's probably like 6:30 or whatever, or 7. Don't even know. Yeah, it's almost 7:30.
Real quick, Johnny. I just want to address a comment, right? Somebody said basically, like, the reason, because they were like, just say his name, bro, right? But it's about Mike, right? So the reason why I didn't want to say his name, right, is because it's not him that I have an issue with, right? Him as a person, it's not that. I'm saying it's that type of way of thinking, right? That he, and not only him and other fans have, is this pessimistic, this negative view that literally does nothing to fix the problem that they have. Okay, so for example, right? Let's say a fan has a problem with, like, we don't have a DM, right? Okay, fine, sure. And then they're criticizing, like, our gaffer for it, okay? But they don't add anything. They don't add a solution. They don't give anything. Like, let's say they don't even give a recommendation. They just maybe oh, okay, hey, let's go for Rice. Oh, hey, let's find scout some players, blah blah blah. They don't do that. All they do is literally just, like, it's not even, at times I don't even think it's criticizing. I genuinely think it's just them just being, like, bashing our gaffer, our board, and it's like,
I'll tell you what it is. It's about getting all the fucking attention and clicks for being a sort of trying to be the odd one out, trying to be a clever dick in the room, and unfortunately he's not that. He's just an absolute tosspot.
Maybe it is. And
don't really want to entertain him. But the latest thing, the latest thing is from Simon Phillips. Sources close to the situation believe Barcelona can only afford to sign or re-sign one of Rafinha and Ousmane Dembele. So it's one of them. And whichever one, like I said to you early on the stream, whichever one goes to Barcelona, the other one will come to Chelsea. So who are they going to sign? I think Laporte wants Rafinha. Xavi loves Dembele. What's it going to be? So we have to see how this pan out. But the point I'm making is, and what fucks me off, is that we're relying on Barcelona. We're having to wait on Barcelona to dictate who we fucking sign. And that pisses me off.
Yeah, I love Dembele, but to be honest, man, I kind of wish he would just leave Barca now. Like he's being treated like crap. Like it's just.
Yeah,
I think we need a dribbler.
Fun, does he?
I think we need a dribbler, man. We haven't had a dribbler since Hazard, like a proper one, like elite. I'm talking about like top 5 in the world type dribbler. And Rafinha isn't that. That's why I wanted Dembele over Rafinha. Is that if we got Sterling, who will hope he'll be like the finisher, and then we got Havertz in the middle right now. We need someone to create for them too on the right.
So he's signing a 2-year deal here. That's a 2-year deal with a 40% salary reduction. That's fucking ridiculous. What a mug.
Really?
And he wasn't even getting played. He was like out of favour, man, at one point. I don't get it. What's their pull, man? Are they handing them loads of fucking prozzies or what? What's the deal, man? What's the deal here?
Wait, is that
they
official?
find the mansions everywhere.
Is that official?
So.
Like,
well, I don't know if it's official, but Daniel Crane's put it in. I don't even know who he said that. But
Tuchel loves Dembele, man. Tuchel's favourite player is Dembele. Yeah. And what a sight! That would be the statement signing we need if we could get him.
Yeah, but why are they not just getting him then? This is my thing. Why are you not getting him then? If Tuchel really wants him, go and get him. Like, what's the hold up here?
You know,
doesn't make any sense.
I think with that, right? I think it's actually just it's not that I think it's more on the player, right? Like he's the one that is like he wants to be at Barcelona. That's the thing, right? Like he's not really like into Chelsea. So I think that's what's holding it up. Because at the end of the day, if we put in an offer, if he doesn't want it, then he can just wait. As we can see, he's willing to wait for Barcelona, and even according to that report, just now or whatever, like he wants to take a wage cut. So that's if Barcelona gets liquidated, that's the consequences he has to take, man. That's all I'm saying.
Well, listen, like I say, every single one of them, Barcelona, fuck off. I'm done with them.
I don't know how they come on, they get away with so much stuff, man. And the fact that their fans like, and I get it, fine, it's their club, I get it, but come on, like, please
buying off. Who said
please.
This? City fella buying off over €70 million a year salary for De Ligt. Yeah, but it's not about the salary. It's about paying Juventus the 100 million what they want. The salary's fuck all. It doesn't matter. That's to do with De Ligt and them. Yeah, but the bottom line is the transfer fee. That's what determines who signs De Ligt, bruv. Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. Pletigol. I don't know who he is. But let's see what happens. If listen, like I say to you, until they're holding up that shirt, bro, I ain't buying nothing. I ain't gonna listen to pound envelopes.
I don't get why we're so unattractive. Like, we're debt free. We got Tuchel, who won the Champions League 2 years ago. We're building a project. We want to win a back on league title in like God knows about 5 years. Like, if I'm a player, I want to go to us, and we'll pay big money, man.
Do you know what it is? They ain't got the fucking minerals to come to the Premier League.
Yeah. It's the same with Lewandowski. I don't.
Yeah, it's just a mentality. Yeah.
It's Lewandowski as well. Why does he want to go to Barca? Like, we're in a better position. We need a striker. He should be going to us.
You know what it is?
I think
with the Lewandowski thing, right? I think it's he wants to be, because at Bayern he was the main guy, right? So I think that's why he wants to go to Barcelona, because he'll obviously be, quote unquote, obviously, the main guy there, the striker, the prolific striker, But yeah.
Look, for me, like, we've got a great project, but listen, Lewandowski said, I don't think I'll score as many goals in the Premier League, so I'll go to La Liga where I can stat pad, like I stat padded in Bundesliga, you fucking fraud, man. If you got the mineral, this is what I'm saying. Not every player can come to Premier League and show that they're world class. It takes a lot, and it's a very demanding league. You know, if Lewandowski come to Chelsea, he will score goals, man. He might not score his 30, 40 goals that he gets in Bundesliga, but he might get his 28 goals, you know, which is a massive thing in the Premier League. That's very hard to do. So, listen, they just want that easy life, man, in the Spanish
Yeah,
weather and that. Not
exactly.
everyone's built for Premier League football and for Chelsea in London. I mean, we're in London. Manchester City are signing fucking great players, and they're in Manchester, shithole Manchester. You know what I mean? We're in London. We've got all the quality here, the lifestyle, you know, the proper shopping and all that, and the restaurants and everything. Everything that's what London is, the capital. London's loved by everyone in the world. Do you know what I mean? And you've got players going to Manchester. Fucking make it make sense. It's all about the wedge. That's what it's about. It's about the money. It's nothing else. It's always been that. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is, mate. It is what it is. Listen, I put the link in the chat. I'll put it one more time. Everyone, no one wants to come in, mate, for some weird reason. Very strange. Very strange. You know
I think you
what come in.
you can pin the comment, right, Johnny? That might be easier for people.
I don't even know how to do that.
Mate,
Listen, I'm all new to this. This is my like second week of doing this stuff,
Yeah,
so
wait.
or whatever. But what I was going to say, can you please like the video? There's quite a few of you in here. Please like it and subscribe to the channel. Like I say, it's a call in for anyone to come in and have their say. I'm always going to be doing lots more shows. There's lots to go through, a lot more news to come out. If there is any breaking news, I'll come straight on and then we'll talk about it. But yeah, man, like anyone, I would join you, but my concentration is really bad today, bro. Fair enough, Daniel, mate. Fair enough, Daniel. You know, it's there for everyone to speak. Is there anything else, guys, you want to say before I take you out?
Yeah, actually, I have a question actually about. Well, since I think it's pretty obvious that Alonso and Aspi are going, right? Are we?
Looks that way, yeah.
Yeah. Are they? So, are there replacements gonna be? You know, from the reports, right? Like the Ligt and Kunde. Because I remember there was a time where, like, this was back when Chilwell and James were injured, right? And we were getting links to like Dest and like now more recently like that who's that French guy, Jonathan Klaus, right?
Yeah, Klaus, yeah.
So are we looking in that market, or like, are we just like we'll think about it another time? And even if we are, like, who are your targets? Because I don't know like these targets, man. Like honestly,
if I did it my way, I would go and get a Cucurella. Yeah, I like Cucurella.
But he's going Man City, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm just going to sound out who I think. Like, so Cucurella for left side. Klaus, I'll take him for 10, 12 million. That's a steal. And he loves Chelsea. He wants to play for Chelsea. It's his dream. So I'm down for that. In terms of centre backs, apparently this has come out by Matt Law. He's blocked me, so I don't know what he says. But Matt Law said Tuchel wants 3 centre backs. Now, if that's the case, I think it can go down like this. He'll get Ake in. I think if he gets De Ligt, he'll go for a cheaper deal in Koulibaly. If he doesn't get De Ligt, I think he gets Koundé and Koulibaly. I think. Oh, and Kimpembe was the other one he's interested in, which people don't like. But I think, you know what I mean. I thought he's more of a left-sided centre back.
Yeah, he's left. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I'm thinking. Yeah, if he goes for him, the De Ligt can also play on the left. Ake plays on the left because we are stocked up on the right. Let's have it right. We've got Reece James and Chalobah if we need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you get a Koundé as well, you got Koundé, Reece, Trev. On the left, you can have Ake and De Ligt, or Ake and Kimpembe, right? Or a Koulibaly. There is options there. They're the ones that I think we're looking at. It's down to money and wages, and that depends on who we actually, you know what I mean, who we actually want to sign and who's the best deal for us, because I think they're all quality. You know, you might say Dillit is like the top tier. I think Koundé's right up there. I think Koulibaly's experienced, but he's a short-term fix for me. And he's coming from Serie A, who's got it's a slow league. So Premier League is a massive jump. And then the other one was Kimpembe. I think he suits, and obviously he's worked with Kimpembe at PSG, so he knows the player he's getting. But what makes me think this is if he's signing 3 centre-backs, and we've already got what we've got, that could mean Ake goes into DM in certain games because he's fully capable.
So you know what? It does frustrate me a little bit that Ampadu is like not. I guess I don't know. Like it's so quiet with the situation. I feel like because he is a versatile player, right? So I don't know why. Like there's no like I don't know like reports or whatever like news about him like potentially being in the first team or whatever. Because he what's his plans actually? Like is he going to preseason? Is there a loan or whatever? What's happening with him? Because I have some faith in him.
Yeah, I think he is going. I think he's going pre-season, as are all the other loanees that have come back. And Tuchel's going to assess them all, and he will. He'll play them half an hour or 45 minutes each for each game, and to get an assessment. He'll watch him in training, and he'll know. The gaffer will know. The gaffer made the call on Trev, and look how that's turned out. So he might see something in Broha. He might see something in Gallagher or Gilmore, and go, do you know what? That might actually make my decision in not going for. So, for example, Gilmore might make my decision. I can work with Gilmore, make him better than De Jong, all right, and I'll keep him, and I'll spend my money, and I'll go and get my Rice. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So, and that can apply to other areas on the pitch. It could also depend on, what certain centre backs. I think Ake is a key one because he's very versatile, mate. Very versatile. And Tuchel is concerned if he gets injuries. When he gets injuries, he's got players there that can slot into all different positions and do a job.
Ake can play left back as well. So,
yeah, exactly.
handy.
If Chilwell gets injured, you've got left back cover.
I've said before, I'm not the biggest fan, but I definitely can see positives at Ake. I'm not completely
Yeah.
like
it's very hard, Grey Wolf Share, to have a player. To have a squad of players, a pool of players that are versatile. A lot of players that we got are one-dimensional players. Yeah, we've got very few that are versatile. Reece James, Mason Mount, to sound out, are versatile. It's what you call versatile. Kai Havertz is versatile. These players, they can play in different positions. Sterling is got versatility. He can play all across the front. Not so much false 9, but he can do it. Ake, again, and now you're starting to see through the whole team, whatever position it is, they're able, whether it's defense, midfield, or attack, they can all play in different positions and they can cover for their teammates in situations. And in game moments, he might want to switch, take Chilwell out because he's struggling with a Salah, for example, and he thinks I need Ake there instead. And he'll switch the formation. That gives him options. You can't do that at the moment. It's just an example, but you get the drift, yeah.
Malang Sarr, left back.
Not Malang Sarr. Sarr's just a squad player. I'm talking about like Ake.
He was lucky
and Chilwell.
He was meant to go to Turkey, but that fell through like last season. I don't think Malang Sarr's a Tuchel player at all.
Let's have it right. No, Mount can play anywhere. Mount can play anywhere in the team. Anywhere. He can play 5 positions. He can play left, right. He's played false 9, played 10, he's played 8, and he's played 6. That's 6 positions, mate. Mason Mount. 6 positions. Name me a player in world football at his age that can do that. There ain't none. So, that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. And you're more than welcome to come on next week when I do my next one. And hopefully we'll get more people in here and we can have a proper fucking debate. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, nice one for coming on. Appreciate the support. Hopefully you've both subscribed, I assume, and supporting the channel. If you ain't, please do. Anyone who hasn't liked the video, please like the video. Subscribe to my channel. I'm very close to the 1K. I'm very excited about that. And we're moving very closely. And I've got loads of cool, great guests to come on in the future. But cheers, guys, for coming on. Appreciate that, yeah?
Yeah, thanks, Johnny.
Up the Chels.
Up the
Cheers.
Joss and Todd.
Trust in Todd. Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
the one. Big up, mate. Nice one. Cheers, mate. So there you have it, guys. Do you know what I mean? Any last minute questions before I move on? But I think we've explained quite well. I've explained enough on this stream. Please comment if you haven't seen my last video. Please go and see my last video from yesterday. I had Gunny on there. That was a quality stream. It's not too long. It's about an hour and a half. But we spoke about a lot of these issues, a lot of transfer news. We spoke on Ronaldo's, Dillits, Koundé's, De Jong's, current players. That was a great stream. Go and follow him as well. Subscribe to him and check that out. And obviously, this one's more for you guys to have your say. I know a lot of you've said in here that you're at work. You're no problem. But you know what I mean? Feel free. You know what I mean? Feel free. And write in the comments as well after the stream. Very important. Give me your feedback, as always. And like I say, just the more you support the channel, it's better for all of us because we can, you know what I mean? We can have our voice heard. You got to remember with me, right? I'm not like the others. I'm not here for clickbait. I'm not here for brown envelopes. I'm not here to get in a journalist circle and have connections. I don't give a fuck about any of that nonsense, right? I'm here to be a voice for the fans, all right? That's what I'm here for, all right? And you're with me on that. And that's the most important thing, you know? That's how this channel can grow and make some noise in the right way, what needs to be done, instead of all this nonsense that gets puts out all the time and all this shit. I'm tired of it. Johnny, check Chelsea YouTube out. They got Hazard goal v Barcelona. Funny, really interesting. Maybe we scored a goal then. Maybe we scored a goal in Barcelona. We've done a deal. Maybe there's a deal there to be done. Yeah. No, I won't, mate. This is me. I've been like this since day one. Literally, I've been like this since day one. And everyone's come at me as well. Like I say, a lot of big players in the game. Yeah. The so-called big players. Yeah. Well, they ain't got no minerals to step to me. I'll tell you that. But I say it how it is. And I love it and I enjoy it. And that's the main thing. That's the main thing. You know what I mean? But like I say, all of you in here, I really do honestly appreciate you supporting and being in here. It means a lot to me. I'm very happy. The last sort of 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks doing my channel, how it's like building up and that. The numbers I've received, the comments I've received, the subscribers I'm receiving, it's blown me away. And you know, that is what it's all about. And it's very hard. And it was very hard for me to start something like this. I was a bit apprehensive, to be honest with you, because I don't really like being on camera. I'm sort of getting used to it. I don't really like having the limelight, but I'm enjoying it. And I hope you guys are. So please, as always, just keep supporting. It means a lot to me. And it's nice to know that I've got people in here that are on the same page. You know, I have it out with so many people, so many platforms. I've been on, had it out with everyone. All right. I go on a Twitter space and it will never go smoothly. There's always some idiot. There's always someone that's got to be edgy and not just accept facts. Yeah. But let's have it right. It's a two-way thing, Johnny. We appreciate what you bring. I love that top bins. I've been in here a long time, mate. Long time. Better than the clueless fan streams that just shout waffle. Yeah, listen, DHC, appreciate you. You know, I can tell you guys in here, you know what I'm about. You know what I want to bring. You know what my aspirations are and what it means to me. So that's what I want. I need more of you guys. You know, I'm not here for all the nonsense. I can't bear it. I really cannot bear it. Yeah, super chat button. Listen, I'm not far from the 1,000 subscribers and all that stuff. So yeah, it will come. And listen, my thing is I want to donate a certain percentage of money that I raise from the channel to a charity, which will help that charity. And I think I'm sort of swaying between Mason Mount's charity for children with short lives, or something with cancer, because one of my relatives passed away of cancer. So that is what I'm going to do. So super chats won't be just for me. I'm going to put a little pocket there for charity. That's my ambition anyway. That's what I'd like to do, because I want to give out as well. It's not about taking, and enjoy what I do at the same time. That's the beauty. That's the beauty. Big up straight ahead. Not wrong, Johnny. Yeah. My guy supported me from day one, mate. Big up to you, fella. And I appreciate it, bruv. May God bless you and your family. Don't stop this channel. Keep moving. No, I appreciate that. Then that makes me feel good. Like I want to keep doing it. Do you know what I mean? Puts a smile on my face. I'm normally fucking like that, you know, pumped up. So yeah, I appreciate that. That's lovely to hear, mate. Someone put in a comment actually on one of my first streams, and he said, I can't remember who it was. If you're in here, make yourself known. But he basically said, you know, I struggle with mental health, and you get me through mental health. You get me. Your streams help me. What you say helps me. And I love what you do. And honestly, that was one of the greatest comments I've ever read. To have people talk like that, where you can help their mental health. That's blinding. Pucker, absolute minerals. So yeah, stay positive, everyone. This transfer window is not over. It's just getting started. Ake and Sterling are not the main deals. There's plenty to come. I'm very positive. I'm very excited. So should you as a Chelsea fan. There is a lot to come our way. So like I say to everyone, you know, all this doom and gloom doesn't get you anywhere. Doesn't get you anywhere. Big up to you, Johnny. Your channel is such an amazing channel, and you told the truth, no lies here. Yeah, I appreciate that, Jose. I do say how it is. I'm not here for clickbait. Sure, I came here after studying, and it's a relief to listen to you talk. Nice, Eden. Really nice. Proper. Up the Chels. Up all of you, mate. Big up to all of you. Everyone in here supporting. Anyone who isn't subscribed or liked, still big up to you, mate. I appreciate you being in here and watching and helping me. I love it. You got the minerals. Up the Chels. Big up Josh, my guy. Big up Josh. Nice to see you in here, fella. Nice to see you in here. Love to everyone, mate. Literally love to everyone. So I'm gonna leave you as always with my outro. Yeah. I love my outro. Always gives me a vibe. Do you know what I mean? But big up to everyone in here. Love to all of you. Let's have it right. Up the Chels, as always. Up the Minerals FC. And let's go. Let's just right, Pride of London. London is blue. Let's have it right. Up the Chels, up the Minerals FC. Let's go.
Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.